opportunity that placed itself before you. With opportunity comes a better outlook toward any problem in life. You will find goodness and self satisfactions into yourself. Often, a new path and then success tags along with opportunity. Now, if you don't take the opportunity that was presented to you and let it go, you missed a chance to experience something new and to get success later. It is important for one to realize that there is opportunity in everything, and all you need to do is to take it. Things will automatically fall into place once that first step of grabbing the opportunity is taken. As we say, if opportunity doesn't knock, build it all. So now that all of you have an opportunity to come to this platform and to deliver all your roles, speeches, you have the opportunity. So utilize that opportunity to the fullest and deliver your best. Now, on that note, please help me welcome the host for today's meeting, Gavalier Shashwat, as our Gavalier of the Day, with a big round of applause.
Thank you, dear President Xavier Devia, for that wonderful introduction. Distinguished club counselor, Toastmasters, fellow Gavaliers, and lovely guests. Cool good morning to all of you. I, Gavalier Shashwat, will be your host for today's meeting, and I hope we will have an enjoyable and exciting morning of an education and entertainment. Today's theme is courage and fear. So, let me tell you something about courage and fear. So, what exactly is courage and fear? Let me tell you. Fear is a common and a natural feeling. Courage is derived from being able to overcome those feelings. Courageous people feel fear, but they are able to manage and overcome their fear so that it does not stop them from moving through it. So, with this, let us move on today's educational session consisting of 3 segments: prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation. I have a team of eminent Gavaliers who will assist me in conducting this meeting. Effective communication is heavily dependent on choosing the right words to deliver speakers' thoughts. To monitor, correct, and suggest our language use, let us welcome Gavalier Ritika as our grammarian.
Good afternoon. As the grammarian of the day, I shall acquaint you all to a new word. Yes, I'll keep track of colorful expressions in correct use of grammar and the usage of the word of the day by everyone. I will submit my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavalier Ritika. I request all speakers to meet the expectations of our grammarian by using the word of the day in depth, meaningfully in your speeches. Continuous now. It's not okay. Timing is of great importance to keep accurate track of time taken by each speaker. We have Gavalier Yuvraj as our timer today. Gavalier Yuvraj, please explain your role as timer.
Thank you, Gavalier Shashwat, for the wonderful introduction. Good morning. As a timer of the day, I shall keep track of time taken by the speakers and show timer's card at the appropriate timing. Timing allotted for icebreaker is 4 to 6 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on each side. Prepared speech is 5 to 7 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either sides. Table topics is 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on the upper limit. Evaluation is 2 to 3 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. I will submit my report when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavalier Yuvraj. It's not voting that's democracy, it's the counting. To do with it, we have with us our vote counter. Please welcome our vote counter, Cavalier Darshana, to explain the voting process.
Good afternoon. I am your vote counter. In a Gabble Club, each member has the right to choose best speaker of their choice, and results are declared based on votes cast by members. I request only Gabbliers and Toastmasters to cast their votes. Guests, please refrain from voting. I'll announce the results when with calls upon. Thank you.
Thank you, Cavalier Darshana. Now, without any further delay, let us jump into our educational session. Our first speaker today is Cavalier Charanjit, who is giving his speech. The speech title is Pandas, and his evaluator is Cavalier Disha. Please help me welcoming our speaker, Cavalier Charanjit. Speech title is Pandas. I repeat, Pandas. Cavalier
of-
Charanjit, you may
Point-
begin now.
Point of order, Cavalier of the day. As our president is not available, I'll be doing the evaluation for Cavalier Charanjit. Thank you.
Okay.
Let me ask you all a question. Can you name the animal which has dark spots across its hands, legs, body, and eyes, which is big in size and looks like a bear, which is cute and funny by the way it behaves? It is an icon for Kung Fu to kids. Any guesses? Yes, I'm talking about the big fat panda. Distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Cavaliers, and my dear guests, a very warm good evening to one and all. Today, I will be talking about these amazing bears. Pandas are from China and still live in the wild. Some of them are under captivity in the other parts of the world. It was in 1869 that the United States and Europe found about these amazing bears. Pandas are the best kept secrets in the animal kingdom for a long time. We all know how pandas go gaga over food. It might be surprising to you all. Literally, 99% of pandas' diet consists of bamboo. Yes, bamboo. They eat almost 80 pounds a day. They are carnivores, which means they can eat meat, but they just prefer bamboo. They spend most of the day eating bamboo, getting it ready, and collecting it again. When pandas are under captivity, they generally eat a lot of other foods also. But in the wild, they need their bamboo. An adult panda weighs about 200 to 300 kg. That's so huge. Panda babies are one of the cutest babies in the animal kingdom. They are so cute that your eyes can get hurt just by seeing at them. What do you say? I think you all agree with me. Panda babies, like other babies, are called cubs. They are born blind and can only open their eyes after 8 weeks. And an average lifespan of a panda is 20 years in the wild. They are good and fond at climbing trees and swimming. Do you all know? Any panda's father does not get involved in raising the cub. Wasn't that a surprise? The mother alone raises the cub. The reason is pandas prefer to be alone and are solitary creatures. Can anyone say what a group of pandas are called? An embarrassment. Yes, a group of pandas are called an embarrassment of pandas. That's so mean. No wonder they like to be alone. But some people like to call them a bamboo of pandas. Given the heavy weight, pandas are one of the laziest creatures and would like to sleep a lot. Panda sleeps about 10 hours a day. That's the same amount as most kids do. Pandas were once considered an endangered species during the 1970s. Their numbers were so low that there were only 1,000 there. Thankfully, in 2023, the number is about 2400. I hope you all love the Kung Fu Panda movies. It was the year of 2014. I watched the first movie, and that's when I started liking pandas. I watched the two available series and was behind my father when the third series was coming. Finally, during the year 2016, the third series was released. After much anticipation and liked it a lot. I have watched the 3 movies released till date and all the animation series available. I really like the way Wenpo says, "Whew," with a relaxed face to chill. Taking Po as an inspiration, I had joined karate and have achieved yellow belt currently. I understood that the real strength comes from the real you. Finally, before I like to end, I would like to share a famous quote from the movie. If you do only what you can, you will never be more than what you are now. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Gavilier Charanjit, for that wonderful speech. Now, please, let me welcome our second speaker today. Here is Gavilier Stuti, who is giving her speech. Her speech title is The Three C's, and her evaluator is Gavilier Yuvraj. I repeat, please let me welcome our Gavilier Stuti. Please help me welcome our speaker Gavilier Stuti. Our speech title is The Three C's. I repeat, The Three C's. Gavilier Stuti, you may begin now.
Am I audible? Fear is a demon who conquers the mind and rule to ruin. Said by your own, me, punctilious Murli uncle, Bala uncle, my fellow affable Gaviliers, wishing you all a very good afternoon. All that began with a happy note of winter break. My beloved dad, who believed that my mom, his darling wife, is the most courageous, hardworking, and a warrior woman. He thought to surprise her with a chilling and thrilling gift. Yes, a trip package to Georgia. Also, it was a only ladies' trip. He thought that my mom would be happy to receive such a wonderful gift. But alas, my mom was succumbed to the demon called fear. Instead of being happy and excited, my mom was puzzled and anxious. She angrily looked at my dad and said, "Henry, is it a joke? Only we three traveling to an unknown country. Is this freezing cold? Aha, no ways." Listening to this, me and my sister looked at each other with the same question in our mind. Now what? The argument continued, and their discussion became much more intense than the final match of FIFA World Cup. Me and my sister kept watching them with our fingers crossed. Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad. Goal! Hush! Finally, my mom agreed, but with zero excitement. She packed our luggages with all the essentials and 3 of her powerful weapons. Yes, weapons. With all that packed, we began our journey and landed in Georgia with mixed feelings. But the warm and friendly and wonderful environment there gave us the confidence to explore the beautiful, quaint, rustic, and amazing places there. I enjoyed every bit of our trip, captured many memorable moments, had a great learning experience. Of course, bagged many souvenirs. Now, I'm standing in front of you delivering my speech. Now, you all must be thinking, why am I sharing my vacation diary? No, it's not all about that. It is all about how we combated our fear and traveled successfully. Not only my mom, me too had a fear to travel to a place with below 0 degree temperature. But then those 3 weapons that we armed had changed my perception to get adjusted with any condition. Are you all intrigued to know about those weapons? Here we go. Courage, confidence, communication skills. Yes, weapon 1, courage, that we decided to travel. Weapon 2, confidence, which helped us face and survive the challenges. Weapon 3, communication skills, which made the trip smooth and swift. Dear Cavaliers, fear is a demon in mind which can turn anything topsy-turvy. 80% people seldom try to overcome it rather end up compromising or giving up. Just imagine, what if we would have compromised or gave up this trip? We would have missed the pleasure to visit such a beautiful country. The serene sceneries, cows gazing in the meadows, the tall raised mountains with snow-covered peaks, and the rivers flowing between the valleys, and the local delicacies like churchkela, kinkali, and kachapuri, so on. This all would have never been enjoyed by us. Dear Cavaliers, never give up any opportunity coming in your way out of fear, whether it is education, sports, workplace, societal pressure, or family. Brace yourself with grace and arm yourself with these weapons. The 3 C's: courage, confidence, communication skills. Don't be the worriers, be the warriors. And never forget that डर के आगे जीत है. Over to you, God.
Thank you, Cavalier Stuti, for that wonderful speech. So, our third speaker today is Cavalier Divya, who is giving her speech. The speech title is God is Everywhere. Her evaluator is Cavalier Niharika. Please help me welcoming our speaker, Cavalier Divya. Her speech title is God is Everywhere. I repeat, God is everywhere. You may begin now.
I would like to narrate a story to you all. Once, there was a woman living in a town, and she never misses to pray God every day and wanted to meet him at least once in her lifetime. She was continuously thinking about meeting God. One day, before going to bed, she remembered God intensely. And that night, God appeared into her dream and promised her to visit her the next day. She was very happy and woke up early the next morning. She began preparations to welcome him by cleaning the house, chanting songs, and arranging all the furniture. Then she started preparing delicious food for God. While she was preparing the food, someone knocked at the door. She rushed to open the door. But she saw a salesman trying to sell some magazines. She was quite irritated and almost shouted, "Please don't disturb me today. I'm waiting for an important visitor. So keep my doorway clear. Do not waste my time." She said these words and turned the salesperson away and almost slammed the door. The woman went back to the kitchen and continued her cooking. After some time, someone knocked at the door again. She rushed to the door again, expecting to see God. She was disappointed this time again to see her neighboring girl who had come to play with her daughter as usual. She said to the girl angrily, "Girl, don't come right now. I am waiting for an important guest, so keep my doorway clear." She didn't wait for the girl's reply and turned her away. She returned to the drawing room, waiting for God to show up. Hours passed by, days passed by, and turned into night. There was no sign of God, and she was disheartened, cried, fell asleep, and in her dream, God again visited her. And God said, "My dear, I visited you twice this morning, but both the times you turned me away." She was surprised. "It cannot be. I was waiting for you all day. But you had no signs of coming. When did you even visit us?" she asked. God said, "First, I came as a salesman, and then as the neighbor's child. But both the times, you turned me away without even hearing what I was going to say." The woman realized her mistake and said, "I did not recognize you, and I missed to see you in other forms as you visited me." God said, "I am present in everything and everyone." Dear Gavaliers, like the woman in the story, we too may miss to see God, who visits us in the form of different people. But we can see him through our parents, elders, the needy ones, and so on. Hence, let us help, respect, and love every human being and living things around us. All the wonderful creatures of God. And we must try to develop the quality of seeing God in every action and deeds of our lives. This is a very important attribute for all of us to follow. And the main point is to respect everyone we see around. Let's remember that the higher we get in our lives, the more respectful we must be. If we be respectful to others, others will think ourselves as gods, and that is the very important attribute we must follow. This story impacted me a lot, and from that day onwards, I tried to recognize people as gods in front of us, but respecting them, loving them, and giving affection to them. And by doing that, others would feel very happy, and the satisfaction that you get is just priceless. So dear Gavaliers, respect, love each other, and care everyone you see around, because you see God in them. Back to you.
Thank you, Gavalier Divya, for that wonderful speech. Our fourth speaker today is Gavalier Taiba, who is giving her speech. The speech title is Hold On. and our evaluator is Gavilier Tanishka. Please help me welcoming in our speaker, Gavilier Taiba. Our speech title is Hold On. I repeat, hold on. Gavilier Taiba, you may begin now.
There is no failure except in no longer trying. Respected Toastmasters, guests, and fellow Gavaliers, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Taiba. In our lives, there must have been a time when we were just tired of failing, falling, and trying. A point when we just wanted to give up and just wish for some kind of a fairy who would just use her magical wand and make us successful. We would also want the road to success to be smooth, forgetting that there are steps to success that we have to climb with all our might. And many of them consist of failures, and we still have to keep moving on. A few weeks ago, life brought me to that same point. But when I passed it, I learned that winners never quit and quitters never win. It kind of seems like a tongue twister or something like that, but it was actually a great lesson for me. It was just a normal day in my karate classes. That day, the coach called my name for the match with a girl who was also pretty good at my matches. We both had been each other's opponents many times before too. But that time, I wasn't able to perform well and lost the fight. After a few matches, the coach again called my name for the fight. I lost that fight too. I was feeling a bit upset because losing 2 matches continuously never happened to me before. After some time, the coach again called out my name for the fight. I tried to give my best, and guess what? This time, I lost the fight. I felt demotivated as I lost all the matches that day and wanted to give up by leaving the classes. The next day comes. I saw the clock while my dad reminded me to get ready for the karate classes. I told my parents that I lost all the matches yesterday, so I don't want to go to the classes anymore. My parents kept on trying to encourage me to try again. They asked me to learn from my mistakes instead of weeping over my failures. After a long discussion, I was convinced and got ready to go to the karate classes again. On my way to the club, I saw many motivational posters. And one of them said, "Every failure opens one door to success, but it depends on you whether you want to enter it." I believed in the quote. When the coach called me for the match, I was a little worried because going back in front of the people who saw me losing all the matches yesterday was a bit hard and also a bit embarrassing for me. But I just walked up like some kind of a celebrity. I gave my best and also kept in mind all the mistakes that made me lose the last class. I fought with the girl with all my strength, tried harder, and I won that match. After a few matches, the coach again called out my name for my next match. It was one of my opponents from yesterday's matches. I recalled all the tricks she used and tried my best, better than the last time, and defeated her this time. I also scored the highest that day for perfection markings. This was the very first time I scored the highest. There were many things I learned that day. Every failure brings you a step closer to success. Hard work will never betray you. Feed your mind ideas of success, not failures. Dear Cavaliers, instead of counting your attempts, start correcting the mistakes made on your last attempt so you can get closer to success. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Gavalier Taiba, for that informative speech. Now, our fifth speaker today is Gavalier Aya, who is giving her speech. Her speech title is My Life and People Around Me. Her evaluator is Gavalier Rohini. Please help me welcoming our speaker, Gavalier Aya. Her speech title is My Life and My People Around Me. I repeat, My Life and My People Around Me. Gavalier Aya, you may begin now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Aya Khalil Ghamdi, and I am an official member of this club. I am in freshman year in the Hassan International School. I'm 14 years old, turning 15 this coming February 1st. Even though I'm quite young in age, I don't really feel that way. A lot of people sometimes mistake me for being older than I really am, so I just play along with it. I have one older brother, and his name is Al-Walid. Walid is turning 23 this coming June 15. Despite the age gap, we're pretty close. Growing up, Walid has always been my best friend, my role model, and my savior. Walid is really smart, funny, and intelligent, and he's always made me feel cool whenever he's around. He has taught me so many things, like playing Monopoly, playing deck of cards, and many more. We don't get to see each other much often, though, because he's in college. He goes to King Fahed's Petroleum College with a major of aerospace engineering, and I couldn't be any more proud of him. I'm a huge animal person. I have 2 dogs, a white terrier and a Siberian husky. My white terrier's name is Ben, and he's 15 years old, with a brown eye color. My Siberian husky, her name is Monkey, because she acts like one. She has one blue eye, and the other eye is a mix between a blue and a brown. Ben is around 15 years old, almost as old as me, while Monkey is 3. In the past, I've had over 20 dogs maybe, but we've had to give them away since we couldn't take care of all of them. I'm also a bike rider. My dad owns a Kawasaki Versys bike, and we go out on late night rides, and it's really fun, as I'm trying to learn how to ride my own bike now, so that when I grow up, we can have our separate ways. Out of my home life in school, I've always been the hyperactive one. Knowing this sometimes pained me. I wish I was a calmer person, and I just felt like the odd one out. It took me a long time to find out that I was just hanging out with the wrong people. In 6th grade, for instance, I was bullied so much in that age because I desperately wanted to fit in and please other people. I let people walk over me like a doormat for not liking the same type of music. The people I hung out every day turned on me for not liking the same type of clothes or having the same type of interests. But most of all, they hated on me for being loud and noisy. And now I feel like I found the right people who won't judge me for who I am. I feel like I can show them my true self without feeling judged or discriminated. They truly understand me and my emotions. They will always pick me up whenever I fall down, and they will lead me to the right way in life. If you feel as if you can't show your true self around others or the people you hang out with, they aren't the right people. And it might take some time, but you will eventually find the right people. Talking here makes me feel very confident. Every time I talk or give a speech, I feel more confident than the previous time. I know I'm capable of doing hard tasks, like, for example, writing a book, or, having the ability to speak about it in public. That's why I joined Mind Academy Gavel Club. I want to be able to write a book and go on an interview with confidence and talk about my book. I want to have more tools to share my ideas and my experiences. So thank you all for letting me join your club, and thank you all for being really friendly and welcoming.
Thank you, Gavalier Aya, for that wonderful speech. Now, please, to lighten our mood by cracking a few jokes, Our joke master today is Gavalier Darshana.
Good morning. I'm Gabriela Desna, and today I'll be sharing some jokes to enlighten the mood of the audience. Joke number one. In a classroom, a teacher asks a student to count from 0 to 10. Student 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Teacher, where's 5? Student, yesterday I heard in the news that 5 died in a car. Why did the Oreo go to the dentist? Because he lost his filling. What did one traffic light say to the other? Stop looking, I am changing. Where do horses live? Horses live in the neighborhood. There were two brothers. One brother said, let's go study in the airfield. Other brother asked, why? The older brother said, to get a higher education. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavalier Darshana. Let us now. Okay. Can we have the timers report, please?
Yes. Starting off with Gabrielle Stuti, she is qualified with the timing of 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Gabrielle Divya, she is qualified with the timing of 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Gabrielle Charanjan was close but sadly not qualified with 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Gabrielle Taiba has qualified with 5 minutes and 6 seconds. And Gabrielle Aya, with her icemaker speech, has not able to qualify with 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
Point of order, Gavalier Yuvraj, I think we have 30 minutes window on the either side, I guess. So in that case, if they have crossed 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I think they can be considered for qualification, I guess.
Okay, so.
And there is one speaker for Gavalier Divya as well.
Gabrielle Divya, she is qualified, yeah.
No, the Gavalier whom she timed.
Yes, Gavalier Stuti, he has mentioned the timing. Sir.
I request everyone to cast their vote in the poll that will launch in a few minutes for the best prepared speaker.
The point of order, so all are qualified? What is the status now?
Yes.
All are qualified, huh?
Yes. With 30 minutes grace, yes, all of them are qualified.
Great. Please go ahead.
Let us now invite the host of the butterfly session. Yes, the table topic session. Help me welcome Gabriel Ahmed. Please introduce yourself.
We generate fear while we sit, we overcome it with action. Table topic quote by Ralph Cornijo. Gavalier of the day, respected Toastmasters and my dear Gavaliers. I am your table topic master. My role as the table topic master is to prepare a set of interesting and stimulating table topics for impromptu speech session and to lead a lively table topic session when called upon to do so. Thank you. Sir, can I have the permission to share the screen?
Yes, you may give later, Ahmed.
So, So who would like to volunteer for the first table topic? For the first table topic. Gabriel or Ritika, would you like to volunteer?
Sure.
The first table topic is, what would you do if you had $1 million?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ritika, and now I'm gonna speak about what would I do if I had $1 million. To be honest, I would follow my dream. I would build my own dream house, and I would complete my wishes. I would make my dreams come true first. I would spend some on charity. I might help the poor people, and I might apply for a university abroad. And I also like to travel places. So I would also go on a world tour if possible. And I would also like to get my dream car, which is a Ferrari. Thank you.
Okay, that was a nicely done speech. Now, Gavilier Darshana Drishti, would you like to volunteer for the second table topic?
Yes.
Your top table topic is, which activities make you lose track of time?
Good evening. My name is Gabriela Darshna, and today my topic is which activities make me lose track of time. Activities such as watching mobile or just making some fun make me lose track of my time. They make me distract from my studies and education, which I should be more indebted to. Mobile is just a wastage of time for me because it has such apps such as WhatsApp, Snapchat, TikTok, where many videos are there which are very interesting to watch, but are also very distracting. Instead of doing that, I should be doing my studies, education, exercise. We can use mobile for good things also, but if we get distracted too much, we can stay for hours now. That means lose time. Even when I wake up to go to school, and then I just get on my mobile and sit on the bed. By this, I'm losing the time of going to school. I'm going to be late and miss my study and homework. Even though I can get every information on the mobile that what happened today in school, it won't be as much enough for me to understand the concept. That's why I conclude that mobiles and TVs, these all make me lose track of time. Thank you.
That was a really nice speech. Gavilier Hassan, would you like to volunteer for the next table topic?
Yes.
Your table topic is, what is the difference between successful and unsuccessful people?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hassan, and today my topic is what is the difference between successful and unsuccessful people. On my opinion, the difference between these people is that first, the unsuccessful people did not try enough. They gave up early on, and that's why they became unsuccessful. There can be many reasons for why they are unsuccessful, but I would say this is a prime reason why people are not successful, and successful people get successful because they put their determination, the time, they make their work a dream, and that is why they get successful. It is really important to not give up, and giving up will and because of giving up, you may not achieve what you want. You should be courageous and courageous to follow your dreams, and that is what I think is the difference between successful and unsuccessful. Thank you.
Great speech. Now, Cavalier Rohini, would you volunteer for the next table topic?
Yes.
Okay. Your table topic is, in your view, what is the impact of positive thinking?
Good evening, respected Toastmasters and my fellow Cavaliers. Thinking has many effects on us, such as we are mostly influenced by two kinds of thinking, positive as well as negative. Negative thinking leads to decrease in confidence, leads to demotivation, lack of happiness. For instance, before my exams, I was so stressed up that I resulted in tension. I was so stressed that I thought I would not be able to give the exam. The negative thinking that I might fail would had serious consequences on my exam pattern the way I did. Then it also caused depression. Since it was a main exam, it led to the loss of motivation for studying for the next exam. I was almost disheartened, but there is always some people to guide us, especially when it comes to me. My parents guided me. They explained it to me that positive thinking could gain your confidence, your motivation, your happiness. I tried to make, I used meditation. I went for playing outside. Not at the same time, I kept a note that I put much effort to my studies, and positive thinking helped me a lot. So I would like to conclude that try to have a positive thinking, have a positive aspect on things. Thank you.
That was a really nice speech. Cavalier Charanjit, would you like to volunteer for the next table topic?
Yes, thank you.
Your table topic is, what impact do you want to leave on the world?
Good morning, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Cavaliers, and my dear guests. The table topic given to me is, what impact do you want to leave on the world? The impact I want to leave on the world is spread love. We all go through imagine we are walking through a big road filled with beggars. They have broken arms, legs, and they are needing help. They are ill, can't get good medical treatment. They're coming to you and says, "Can you please help me?" Would you leave them alone or get them the help that they need? I would do the right thing and help them, because you have to love everyone so that they can love you back. If I help someone right now, they might help me in the future. It's not that you can only help others for your reasons, but you can just help them for no purpose. You can help them if they are in need, or if you are careful and don't help the wrong people. It's good. You might get help in the future. Thank you, and over to you.
Okay, Gavalier Charanjit, well done. Gavalier Taiba, would you like to volunteer for the next table topic?
Yes.
Okay. So your table topic is, what have you read online recently that inspired you?
Something that I read recently online that inspired me was how some kind people were helping each other, and I was getting inspired by them. There were many things that they did. They were taking care of animals, while I saw some people over there who were being cruel to animals, and the kind people were preventing the animals from being tortured. So I was feeling a bit inspired by those people, and they were also taking care of the plants nearby. Many people were cutting trees while they were actually planting the plants. They were taking care of the trees. They're having gardens, and they also take care of people around them. And those are the things that inspired me. Thank you.
Well done, Gavalier Taiba. Gavalier Divya, would you like to volunteer for the next table topic?
Yes.
Your table topic is, what can money not buy?
The time that you spent with your family is something that money can never buy. Fellow Cavaliers and guests, a very good evening to you all once again. If you spend time with your family, you would actually know what I mean to say. Because especially in the lockdown time, that was the time when I actually got interested to sit as I have a family time together. And at that moment, I realized that this is what family means. This is the importance of having a family time and discussing with your family members. It could be anything, any simple thing, what happened during your day, and discussing what happened with other family members is something. It might sound simple, but the feeling when you do that is when you get that satisfaction. And that is something that money cannot buy. And I recommend every one of you to spend time with your family, because family time is very important, and which is something that it's a need of the hour. Because when I'm studying, if I need some break, the go-to thing is that we would take our phones or open YouTube or watch something just for a relaxing time, just for a break. But instead, leave that aside and sit with your family members, talk to your mom, talk to your siblings or to your father about whatever happened, talk anything about the surroundings. That is when you would get the ultimate satisfaction and happiness, and that happiness is something that money cannot buy. Thank you.
That was a great speech, and this was the last table topic. Over to you, Gavalier of the day.
Thank you, Gavalier Ahmed, for that very interesting table topic session. Okay. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. To educate and evaluate, we have our
Gavalier of the day. We can have the timers report for the TT session.
Yeah.
Yes. Gavalier Ritika was close to qualifying with 5 minutes, with 53 seconds, but with the grace period, she has qualified. Gavalier Darshana has qualified with a timing of 1 minute and 16 seconds. Gavalier Hassan has qualified with a timing of 1 minute and 20 seconds. Gavalier Lohini has qualified with the timing of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Gavalier Charanjit has qualified with the timing of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Gavalier Taiba has qualified with a timing of 1 minute and 18 seconds. Gavalier Divya, last but not least, has qualified with timing of 1 minute and 40 seconds. All the speakers are qualified.
Thank you, Gavalier Yuvraj. Okay. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. To educate and evaluate, we have our table topic evaluator. Please help me welcome Gavalier Asil as our table topic evaluator.
Yes, thank you. I'm Gavalier Asil, and I will be table topic evaluator. First off, we have Gavalier Rekta. She said her topic was, what would you do if you had $1 million? I liked how you constructed your speech and how you planned out your future in the end, with ending it off as you might go to college using that $1 million. You did speak with the right amount of time, which was a good thing because we needed to hear the important points, and you gave us that. And then we have next one with it, which is Gavalier Darshana. She said her topic was something that will make you like lose time and like forget about the time period. You started off by saying how like TV and social media was something that makes you spend time and does distract you from your studies. And instead of doing those such things, you would rather do sports or go to studying or do anything that and do more of that, which does distract you from your work, which I do think it's a valid point, and I do support people. Instead of wasting your time on your phone, you do something more impactful, maybe going to with your friend's house and be more social, or do more stuff outside instead of your phone. Then we have Gavalier Hassan. He said he was like, what's the difference between successful and unsuccessful people? He said that successful people are the people who follow their dreams and are happy, which I also agree, because people think that successful people are people who are rich, and some people who are rich are not happy, which means that they're not successful, because if you're happy, then you are successful. And then we have Gavalier Samta. She said she was talking about how like positive impact, how like being positive does impact on your life. You start off by giving out life examples about how being positive did give you motivation to keep going on and keep studying for your exams and did make you do better. And I did like how you constructed your speech and how you concluded it. It was very well done. And then we have Gavalier Sharantit. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it out wrong. You said, what impact would you like to leave on the world? And you did start off by that people should be nicer with each other. And I did like your points, because being nicer with people and being nice does unite people and creates a better environment for people. Then we have Gabriela Tiba, and she said, your topic was, what have you read online that recently inspired you? You read about the abusive of animals, and it did make you pity animals, and it made you wish that people didn't want to abuse animals, and how you said how other things that you read, which was like planting trees, how people are planting trees, which is, you said that does make a great ecosystem for the environment and how it is better for the environment, which I also like how you constructed your speech and how you kept going on and your voice range. You didn't just stay in one voice note. And then we have Gabriela Divya. She said what money cannot buy, and you said that importance of family. That's basically it. And I'm running out of time, but basically importance of family and how family is important and money cannot buy time with family, because if you do have money, you cannot buy your family's time, and how people should spend more time with their family instead of doing stuff that are useless. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela Asil. Yeah. Now, it's time for our last segment, that is evaluation session. And to lead this part, let us welcome our general evaluator, Gabriela Divya.
Thank you very much, Gabriela Shashwat, for that introduction. Evaluation is a positive progress designed to help Gaveliers to help overcome weak points and to add power to the good ones. Now, to point out the points of whatever the speaker has said, please help me welcome our evaluators. Starting off with our evaluator for Gabriela Charanjit, we have Toastmaster Bala. Thank you. Please help me welcome.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for those kind words. Indeed, as they say, when you hear about aspects and insights of something which has been closer to you, you always get attached to the overall presentation. Distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Gaveliers, and my dear Gabriela Charanjit in particular, a very good evening to all. Panda has not been special only for Gabriela Charanjit, to many of us, and for me for sure. And bringing on such an informative speech regarding panda and special animal, which is closer to many of us, was something lit up my evening for sure. Information, when it is added up with specifics, it is a recipe for a delightful listening. And that's what Gabriela Charanjit was bringing in. Many of us know maybe one or two aspects about panda, and he brought in flurry of informations, starting from the number of pandas estimatedly available in the globe, how much do they weigh, how much is their longevity, and what is their daily consumption, and who takes care of a panda. And that interesting aspect was, I was not aware of the fact that pandas cannot see till 8 weeks of their birth. So these are all very interesting and informative elements which you have brought into the table. So, and not only there he stopped it, he also told how much it is close to him as an individual, where he said he was more interested to see the 2 series of panda, and also he went on to see the 3rd one, and how he learned certain aspects as an individual from pandas. So these are all very interesting and informative aspects, and I'm sure I'm also like you, Gabriela Charanjit, where I was always interested to try out what a panda does, but I'm sure I'm still 100 kilo lesser than, so probably it is way far to be a panda, but always interesting to understand and learn more about your favorite animal in the world. Having said that, there are a couple of areas where I thought you could have done more, even with this informative speech. Informative speech is an very interesting segment, even in public speaking, which is generally under addressed, I must say so. informative speech is not something which is more generally preferred because you lack an element to inspire more. There are a lot of sensitive aspects. What could have happened if this species gets extinct? You would have probably brought in that to the table. And also, when you said how this is more closer to you, what made that impact with you as an individual, and why you choose this topic. And when you shared some information, now some numbers specifically, probably you could have shared what was the source of that information. Generally, what happens when a listener is listening to you, when you give out those minute details, then it gets more authenticated. So it just don't remind as an informative speech, it gets converted into a persuasive speech because you're giving them that data, which will make them believe that this is an authenticated data. You're not just showing or sharing some numbers from your dream. So this is some aspects which I thought if it had been worked out, it would have been more an interesting presentation rather than an informative. It would have been into a persuasive domain. But overall, as I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this presentation. Being a fan of Panda, listening more insights about Panda brought lighter vein moments into the presentation. Looking forward to hear more such informative turn persuasive speeches from you, Cavalier Charanjit. But just remember to capture those sources from where you collected the data. That would have been an emphasizing factor to the overall presentation. Thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you, General Evaluator, for the opportunity. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Bala sir, for that detailed explanation and evaluation for Cavalier Charanjit's speech. I hope he has taken note of that. Thank you very much for that speech, sir. Now moving on to our second evaluator to evaluate Cavalier Taiba. Please help me welcome Cavalier Kanishka.
Thank you, Cavalier Divya. Good evening, dear Cavaliers and Toastmasters. Cavalier Divya, it is said that we should have a blast introduction, and you nailed that part. Your body of the speech was amazing. How you overcome your fear of losing several matches on the day. Even I was curious to know what was going to happen next. You wanted to quit, but how your parents encouraged you to learn from your mistake. You believed in the quote that every failure opens one door to success. It depends on you whether you want to enter it or not. And the next day, how the quote inspired you to overcome your fear and you walked like a champion. And you overcome and you won this match. Your speech really inspired me to never give up. Your voice modulation was good and you paused at the right time. You ended the speech with a really good message. Now, we all are here to learn. So, in my opinion, is your speech you could have delivered your speech by standing up, which because we weren't able to see your postures and body language. Overall, I really loved your speech, and from now onwards, I would never quit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cavalier Kanishka, for that wonderful evaluation. Now, moving on to evaluate Cavalier Aya. Please help me welcome Cavalier Rohini.
Good evening, fellow Cavaliers, respected Toastmaster, and Cavalier Aya in particular. Your story involved all the elements required for good narration. The good old memories described and indicated how cherishable they were and how much they meant to you. Moreover, the description of people and events presented were impressive. Most importantly, you had the good eye contact with the audience. You successfully delivered your speech objective by speaking about yourself and your family helping us to get to know about you better. However, my humble suggestions are you could highlight the words or sentences by expressing emotion, by stressing on the sentences. Then the addition of gestures and pauses would have enhanced your speech. At the end, the speech delivery was no doubt impressive, and I loved your way of story narration. Thank you, and over to you, Gavalier Yuvraj. Sorry.
Thank you.
General evaluation.
Thank you very much, Gavalier Rohini, for that wonderful evaluation. You noted down all the points and it was all crystal clear to Gavalier Yuvraj. Thank to your speaker. Thank you very much. And now moving on to evaluate myself. Please help me welcome Gavalier Niharika. Gavalier Niharika, you're not audible. No, not yet. No, we can't hear you. No problem. We could move on. You
Maybe
could.
point of order. Maybe Gavalier Niharika, can you just try removing your headphone? Just unplug that and can you speak? The pin is still connected? Your headphone is connected to the device or removed it? I think he has got some issues. No worries. Please go ahead, Gavalier Divya.
Thank you, sir. Gavalier Niharika, you may try to join from another device. Maybe from your mobile, that might work. Until then, we can move on to the next evaluator. To evaluate Gavalier Sthiti, please help me welcome Gavalier Yuvraj.
Thank you, Gavalier Divya, for the wonderful introduction. Gavalier Sthiti, the starting of the speech was amazing. I was intrigued to know what was going to happen next. When you told me about your mother being scared to travel alone to a country that was below degrees Celsius, was shocking. At the start, you mentioned her as a brave warrior. I was not expecting that turn of events. The facial expressions and body language was amazing and perfect. I have not seen any flaws so far. Vocabulary was amazing. I have noticed you used words like affable, warrior, and many others. You have given the correct amount of pauses for a good time. And last but not the least, we have the voice modulation, which can really change things up in a story. Because sometimes we don't understand what it's supposed to be, but with the voice modulation you gave, we understood everything perfectly and clearly. Now, there is always some space for improvement. I've noticed that sometimes you are unable to find your words. But other than that, you just were moving a little too much to the sides of the stage, here and there. I suggest that you could try moving, but not too much, little around the center. And sometimes you can keep some references as well, so that while speaking, you will not forget any of the words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gavalier Yuvraj, for your evaluation. Now we can head back to Gavalier Niharika to evaluate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're very audible. You may begin.
Good evening, respected Toastmaster and all my fellow Gavaliers. God is Everywhere by Gavalier Divya. Starting off, Gavalier Divya, you narrated a story which caught people's attention. The idea of your speech was amazing. You made your point clear about how sometimes we don't see God in common and needy people who might have came to help us. Your voice modulation was amazing. From your speech, we could derive that we must learn to see God everywhere, from a needy person to our neighbor. God can come to us in anyone's role and in anyone's uniform or role, we say. As we say, there are pros and cons for everything. I would like to suggest you some points that you can keep in mind. You could have added some more information about your content to give us information and to increase your timing so that you could have said more about your speech. You could try using some props related to your speech to catch people's attention. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Gabriel Niharika, for your detailed evaluation as well. That will be taken into account. Now, please help me welcome our word master and grammarian, Gabriel Ritika, to share her report.
So I'm happy to say that there were no grammatical mistakes done in this meeting. However, I'm quite startled that the word of the day wasn't used by anyone. But on the other hand, there were a set of very informative and fascinating speeches given by our Gavaliers. And there were so many Gavaliers who had used many new words as well. So very good for your job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabriel Ritika, for your report. Now, can we please have the timer's report? Gabriel Yuvraj.
Yes. For the evaluation session, Gavalier Asil has a timing of 3 minutes and 19 seconds. She is qualified. For the evaluation session, Bala sir, he has a timing of 4 minutes and 22 seconds. For Tanishka, she has a timing of exactly 2 minutes, surprisingly. Rohini has had a timing evaluation of 1 minute 38 seconds. I have had a timing of 1 minute and 49 seconds. And Gabriel Niharika, last but not the least, has had a timing of 1 minute and 34 seconds.
So are all the speakers qualified?
Yes, except Bala sir, he has had a timing of 4 minutes and 22 seconds, which is past the grace period.
Okay. So dear Gavaliers, you'll be having the poll. Please vote for the best evaluator. That brings us to the end of our evaluation session. And to give my report as the general evaluator, first off, I would like to say that the meeting was well conducted and all the Gavaliers have given their best. And I just loved watching all your speeches right from the prepared speeches to the table topics and the evaluation session as well. Everyone spoke very tremendously, and it was very nice to hear. And but the recommendation I would like to say is that I request all of you to please join in prior of before 4:30, so that we could start the meeting on time, and we would have a much more educational session and start on time and finish on time as well. So if you could join in prior, we could start early, and the sergeant at arms would also begin on time, because that is how it must be done. So having said that, it was a wonderful session, and I thoroughly enjoyed being your gentle evaluator. And back to you, Gavelier of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Gavelier Divya. Now, I would like to thank all the role players and speakers today for their immaculate performance. Please give them a big round of applause. Gaveliers, today our theme of the day was courage and fear. And I must remind you that you should have courage inside you. Let me tell you, the most frustrated man on planet Earth is not poorest, neither. He is a man without money, cars, or a house. A frustrated man is he without a true sense of purpose. I had cars and all the luxuries you can think of. I had no life, no purpose. I had no dream to fulfill the reason why I was born. Today, I have a question for you. Why are you here? Why were you born in the first place? What is your true purpose in life? You were born to succeed. You were created to fulfill something that no one else except you can. You are God's own idea, and He believes in you. I don't care. The greatest casualty of life is not found among the blacks. The greatest casualty of life is found among the whites, the Indians, or the colored race. The number one casualty of life is found in the land of fear. Yes, in the land of fear. Because it's the land of fear people die before their own death. There is no happiness in the land of fear. There is no joy in the land of fear. There are no dreams in the land of fear. Because those with dreams, ideas, and potential are held as captives because of fear. Fear will imprison you. Fear not. Be courage. Be a courageous man. Don't give up. Don't give in. You don't need to be tall to overcome your fears. You don't need your family members to overcome your fears. You need courage and persistence to stand and take charge of your destiny. Courage is not in the absence of fear. Courage is not pride. Courage is, there is fear, but I'm willing to die. Courage is when others say no and you say yes. Courage is others quit and you keep on going. Courage is when you keep climbing the ladder of success when others are standing down. Courage is when you adopt character of a lion that says, I can. Courage is when you go that is yours in the universe. Courage is when you stand and fight. Courage is when the going gets tough, the tough must get going. So I would like to conclude that to survive, you must have courage inside you. Thank you. With this, I would like our lectern to President Gavelier Divya.
Thank you very much, Gavelier Shashwat, for that wonderfully conducted meeting today. Before I announce a further notice, let me please call our vote counter, Gavelier Darshana.
Thank you for your kind words. Hello everyone. Once again, I'm now ready with the results. Let's begin with a prepared speech with. This certificate of appreciation of the best speaker is proudly presented to Gov Aya Khalid. Congratulations. Now moving on to the table topics winner. This certificate of appreciation of the best table.
A point of order, Gavle Darshana. Dear Gavlis, as we have 5 speakers, we have taken the first, second, and third place winners. So Gavle Darshana, you can please say the second place winner for prepared speech.
This second place certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Gov Dayapa and Charanjit. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Gavle Taiba and Gavle Charanjit. It was a tie between both of you. So both of you have secured second place. Congratulations.
For the third place, this certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Divya and Stuti. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Gavle Stuti and myself has been tied as the third place and the best speaker. Thank you very much.
Now moving on to the table topics winner. This certificate of appreciation of the best table topic speaker is proudly presented to Gov Divya Sridhar. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Gavle Darshana. Just a point of order that for table topics, for table topics, first place is myself. Thank you very much. And we can move on.
The second place goes to Gov Charanjit. Congratulations. The third place goes to Gavalier Hassan Rangwan. Congratulations.
Thank
Now, coming to the winner of the evaluation session. This certificate of appreciation of the best evaluator is proudly presented to Gov Asil. Congratulations, Gavalier Asil. Thank you. Now on to the Gavalier.
Thank you very much, Gavle Darshana. We also have our second and third place winners for evaluation. So this certificate is proudly presented. We have a tied, for first place as well. We have Gavle Asil and Gavle Yuvraj as our first place winners for best evaluators. Congratulations to both of you. Now moving on to our second place winners, we have Gavle Rohini Samantha. Congratulations. Our third place for the evaluation contest was Gavle Tanishka. Congratulations, Gavle Tanishka. And you might think this is the end, but we have also introduced another award that is new for all of you as the best role player. The best role player is the person who...
Point of order, Gavalier, Vidya, before we go in there, so if you allow us, myself and Melissa, thank you. So it's indeed a great initiative, I must say, from a leadership aspect, I guess, and that is what the whole forum is all about. So I must really congratulate our Exicom led by our presiding officer, Gavalier Gisha, who's not around, and it's been equally handled and supported ably by Gavalier Divya and the rest of the crew as well. So this is a great initiative which has come. What is leadership is all about? It's not that asking people to be on certain roles, assignments, speeches. No, it's not that. It's inspiring people. to be better version of themselves. As they say, leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And I must say today, I don't know how many roles she did, and I don't know when she updated the presentation slides and so on and so forth. So hats off, Gavelier Divya. But just to keep up with the spirit, this result has been made. So I know there could be better contenders, and one is yourself, and also Gavelier Yuvraj. I don't know, he is another person who was donning many hats today. One time he will be switching as a timer, another time he will be switching in as an evaluator, and I don't know. And also we had newcomers like Gavelier Darshana, Gavelier Ritika. I think they are doing their first time assignments, but they were on it like a professional. So there were many strong contenders, but there were certain specific finer lines which went on to this result. So congratulations to all the role players for the evening. And once again, hats off to the leadership team. And this is what we believe as leaders we have to do. We have to inspire people. So thank you. And yeah, Murli sir as well. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bala.
Sir, I request you to please announce the winner for the best role player.
Bala, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. No, my point was you may add up to the points, sir. And then maybe we can announce for the results, sir.
Okay, I thought I will, mention that when I come to my this thing. Please
Fine,
go
sir.
ahead. I'll try to wrap it
Sure,
wrap it together as one portion. Otherwise, it will be like
Sure,
I mean,
sir. Sure, sir. Got it.
Please go ahead.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you. So I think there was a very noble effort bringing up very valiant points of discussion. See, what is this forum is all about? To make you all think beyond your normal academics. So with that perspective, today we had a Gavelier who tried and put you in a state where you were forced to think beyond your academics. So that was the premises with which this decision was made unanimously. And I guess the best role player of the evening was not taking any credit from the other role players. Yeah, that is Gavelier Niharika. As far as the evaluation is concerned, joint winner, I guess. Congratulations, Gavelier Niharika. And the role player who stood out from the rest is Gavelier Ahmed Idris. Congratulations. And it was really a good beginning, I must say. So great stuff. All the best, and keep moving in the right direction, Gaveliers. Thanks, and back to you, Presiding Officer. Pleasure always, Gavelier Ahmed. I think we have lost the connection of our presiding officer, I guess. So that's how contingency strikes you.
Yeah, I think we lost. Maybe
So,
we'll just
yeah, I think we'll wait for a couple of more minutes, sir. But indeed, it was a great session. So before we get reconnected back by our presiding officer, and that is a message or an encouragement for the rest of the Gaveliers. When given a chance, try to be a better version of yourself. Try to push your boundaries. Try to bring something which is unique, so that it adds value to people around you, and then that will push you to keep moving beyond your comfort zones. So when you're in that zone where you're moving beyond your comfort zone, that's where you grow, as they say. So that is something which I would say is a great message for all of us today. So I think we are still not being connected by our presiding officer. So I would welcome our Murli sir to take us through our presentation for the evening, which is related to an exciting program which is coming shortly from Mind Academy. Murli sir, the floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you, Bala. And first of all, let me take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy New Year. So today it's probably, I would say, there are many firsts today. First meeting of the year. There are many newcomers who I see doing well. Like Bala Uncle mentioned, we had an icebreaker who started her milestone journey for the first time in the Gavel Club. For the first time, I see a thick crowd having, our screen was full. So I would say, before this meeting, I would say many of our meetings, we were having quality meetings. But today, I would say quality with quantity. So that's how I would, so these are all many firsts that we had for this new year. So I think we had a great start in this year 2023, and let us keep up this momentum so that we will all march ahead with great confidence, without fear, that our Cavalier of the Day mentioned and one of the speakers mentioned. And I would like to call this meeting with a number 567. Can anyone tell what this 567 is? Any guess? It's a quick question for all of you. I would like to call this meeting as 567. Any clue? Come on, try. What is 5, 6, 7?
Sir, there are 5 speakers for prepared speeches and 6 for table topic.
You're almost there. Anyway, since you have said, I would say 5 speakers, 6 evaluators, and 7 TT speakers. That's what we had today. That's why I said we had, it's quality plus quantity. And that's what we all want. Each one of us, we were, doing well. We had good quality meetings, but today it is full of speeches, full of TTs. And in between, Balangal was mentioning me in his text that I'm so happy that you all took that full time for TT. And you started off after thinking, and so professional it was, each one of you. And all these, even there are, I could see many of you are attending it for the first time, but you were so professional in your approach. And I'm so happy that, if you are able to keep up this momentum, I'm sure you will all, we'll all together learn and grow. Variety of topics, and also leadership at its best, I would say, like Bala Engel mentioned, bringing up those new, how many of you are so happy seeing your name in those certificates there? So this meeting made all of us happy, right? Participating and showing your names there. So our leadership today stood up to the challenge, and they ensured that in this new beginning, in this new year, we are all so happy. And this is all what we all want. We want to learn in an environment filled with fun. And when we complete 2 hours or 3 hours of our time, we must feel that we added value to ourselves. Or do you think that you really added value to yourself today? Either as a speaker or as a TT speaker or as an evaluator. I don't think anybody here is there without speaking a single word. Is there anyone here? I see each one of us had some assignment to speak, something to learn. And as rightly said by Bala Engel, for the, our leadership has introduced a new certificate for the best role player. And as he rightly pointed out, there are so many aspects which we considered. One is, it's not, when you come here and deliver our speech or come here and take up the assignment on this particular day, that brings transformation to you. What actually transforms you, what actually helps you to improve is the practice session. It's how well you are prepared to come and hit the ground. And if you see today, as TT Master, he was well prepared. He had a slide. He was putting those topics there. So there was some preparation that went into it. And I think the next close contender was our Cavalier of the Day himself. But there are so many aspects that goes into it that makes all of us better communicator, better leaders. So this is a message for all of you. Like, it's not that, we just finished off meeting and the next meeting comes after 2 weeks. So there are 14 days in between today and the next meeting. And we all must do certain things to ensure that we always, or I would like to bring the word continual. We continually learn and grow. Continuous is different from continual, right? So we must all ensure that we continually practice and do whatever you want. And then come here and deliver your best. And that is what exactly transforms you. And that is what I think Bala Engel in the beginning mentioned about the process. This is how we get involved in the process. And this is what exactly transforms all of us. So I'm so happy today. So thanks to the leadership, thanks to the members, thanks for inspiring all of us. And I'm sure that we are going to have a big bang in this coming year and the years ahead. So with that note, as rightly pointed out by Bala Engel, we at Mind Academy, we are going to have a transformation program called Mind Explorer. And that's going to be in June 2023. We announced it here. We have shared our flyers. So I'd just like to quickly take you through a presentation. Will not take much time, just to help you understand what it is all about and what are the benefits of that program. So let me just share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So this is a program called Mind Explorer, and it's a holistic transformation program for all of you. And what it includes, it gives you a hands-on experience about various aspects. Like, for example, you will be planning and preparing the whole program. The program is going to be in June, but we will be having 2 months time. You will be part of the overall planning and preparation process, and it's a 10-day youth camp. It's going to be somewhere in June during the Hajj holidays. So the key here is it helps you to transform yourself. It's a residential program, so you will be part of it right from the planning process. And this is actually a second edition of Mind Explorer. We ran a first session, and that was few of those students, we went to NASA and United Nations. So this is an extended version of the same program called Mind Explorer. And what is that we are going to have there? We are going to have focused approach towards communication, towards leadership, self-management, how important it is to manage ourselves, emotional intelligence, which is another key aspect that we all should learn. How many of you are even at least aware about what are the different financial tips? If I ask you how much money you want to earn in life, do you have a clear goal about it? I heard a TT subject here, what money can't buy. Okay, so we need money for it, but how much do we need? We don't know. Even me and Balangal, we don't know for ourselves how much money we need, because we are not putting enough efforts or enough focus to know what it is. So there is a specific focus towards financial literacy. There is critical thinking, which is a key aspect which makes you stand out from others. Critical thinking, interpersonal skills, how to work in a team, how to be a team player, how to get the maximum benefit of it, how to be a good leader, how to delegate the right things to people. So these are all part of team building process or interpersonal skills. Problem solving approach, another key aspect that we all should learn, which makes our life easy. Then creativity and innovation. So these are all the key factors that we are giving focus in this 10-day youth camp. So is it all about all these things? There are much more to it coming. And it's going to be for the children within the age group of 13 to 18. It's a 10-day program. It is in June 2023 during the Hajj holidays. It's in India. It's a place called Pollachi in Tamil Nadu state, which is like 50 kilometers from Coimbatore airport. So we will get to know the details about it, because we are all going to be together do the planning and preparation process for the program. So you will get to know more about it in detail once we are part of it. Okay. Moving forward, these are all like, yes, parents can accompany you during opening and closing, but after that, they'll be coming back. Accommodation is going to be an eco-friendly resort. There will be a healthy food plan available. We'll be picking you up from Coimbatore. Those things we can all plan and prepare during the planning process. And the timeline, major timeline for the program goes like this. So this registration is open now. It is open till end of February. And after that, in March, we will be having an orientation program. Then, as I said, all the confirmed participants will be part of the planning and preparation process, and we'll be doing it during these 2 months, April and May. And by May, we will be completely ready. And then June, we will all have a great time there in Pollachi. So this is all part of the program. And like we do here, there are different teams. Like, when during the planning and preparation process, we'll be having an executive committee from the participants themselves. So if you're registering and you are part of the program, you are going to be one of the team members here. Like, there will be an executive committee who will coordinate the overall process. Logistics team, there will be food and beverages for food and refreshments. There will be a learning team like our VP Education. There will be a learning team for education and program agenda. There will be entertainment, and you yourself will be planning those entertainment activities. And then there will be a separate team for health, safety, and hygiene, which is also very important for the overall program. So all of you who are going to be part of the program will be in one of the teams who will be handling. So this helps you to have a hands-on experience about how leadership is all about, what is team working, and how to conduct and execute a program. Okay. And let me show you a small video about the location. So this will give you an idea about where this program is going to be conducted. Are you all ready to see the video? Ready? Just, shall I play?
Yes, sir.
Great. 1 second. Let me unmute this. This is a place that okay, so that's a place that we are going to have this program. And just let me share you one more. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 second. So this is going to be the program flyer. As I rightly mentioned, in general, we'll be having some sports, life skills. So these are all the activities that we have there, like cycling, swimming, farming, table tennis. You can all see. We'll share those flyers to you. There'll be evening entertainments, horse riding, tennis, cricket, carom board, chess. All these things will be part of it. Will be part of the program. So, and a typical, a day will be, 1 second, I'll show you how it looks like. Okay. So this is the typical day, which looks like, it starts with a warm-up session. There will be morning sessions. There will be some excursions, tours going on. Evening entertainments will be there. So these are in general, and this is the further details about those programs. So we'll be sharing you this flyer. So those who are interested, excited, may please register yourself. This will be in going to be in June during the Hajj holidays. Tentatively, the dates, it is fixed, I think, June 26th till July 5th. So we'll share those details to you. So those of you who are interested can please join. So once again, let me take this opportunity to wish you all the very best. Happy New Year once again, and back to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much, Murli sir, for that detailed explanation of the upcoming program. We loved the presentation and the video of the area as well. Thank you very much for that. We will surely look into it. And dear Gavaliers, now as a VP Education, I would like to say that for the next meeting, I have allotted the Gavaliers who will be assigned for their roles. So I have typed the agenda as well. Let me display the agenda for the next meeting, our upcoming meeting roles. This is our agenda for our next meeting. It is meeting number 15. The date will be on 21st January. And our Gavalier of the day will be Gavalier Charanjit. Speaker number 1 will be Gavalier Yuvraj. Speaker number 2, Gavalier Niharika. Speaker number 3, Gavalier Asil. Speaker number 4, Gavalier Bhuvanesh. And speaker number 5, Gavalier Anaga. Evaluator number 1, Gavalier Divya. Evaluator number 2, Gavalier Shashwat. Evaluator number 3, Gavalier Taiba. Evaluator number 4, Gavalier Stuti. And evaluator number 5, Gavalier Ahmed. So these are our speakers. And coming to the role players, our word master grammarian is Gavalier Darshana. Table topic master is Gavalier Gisha Sridhar. General evaluator is Gavalier Aya. Vote counter is Gavalier Darshana. Timer is Gavalier Ritika. Joke master is Gavalier Hassan. And our table topic evaluator would be Gavalier Rohini. So these are the role players who will be assigned for our next meeting. If you have any objection or if you would not be able to participate in our next meeting, please message me in WhatsApp. And after I receive all the messages, if you will be able or not be able to come, I will make the required changes and I will post the agenda in the group by today or tomorrow so that you all will be prepared as well.